simultaneous things, or there are two things we're interested in actually. One is to understand how policies are formed, look at the past, and the other is to put to if we can understand that, to provide inputs, to bring out what matters, and if that is going forward useful to policy makers.
Hmm. Yeah.
So the first, the reason there was a bit of a hurry on this is that we thought we'll do a pilot. This is a big thing we're thinking about, and but if we could do a pilot thinking about, let's say, the next 6 months, not even 6 months, 4 months ahead, the Bengal, West Bengal election. But there's Tamil Nadu, and once that pilot works, and now the reason elections do matter is that this is a time when people actually probably think about policies a bit. It's also a bit of a, builds in a bit of a distortion,
Yeah.
but still.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think, I mean, yeah, what we need is to have a very good sample, given whatever budget constraint we have. So whatever budget, that will determine how many constituencies we can survey. But in each constituency, we should collect the right sample so that it would give us a very good sense of the constituency.
Budget. I can say one thing. I can. We can get 5 to 10 lakhs from at the IIM, from the IIM. The only slight issue is that currently IIM Calcutta is in a bit of a flux, and the director was talking about stopping all budgetary approvals, things like this. But we'll try and we'll get to know very soon. If need be, we can bring in others who, can get money. 5 to 10 lakhs, getting it is for this kind of an exercise should not be difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, getting it quickly is a bit of a question, but I'm sure we can get that.
Yeah. And and we need somebody who, we need probably somebody who has done similar kind of work, like voter survey kind of work before, or has been associated with voter surveys. So we can get sort of.
So Bhaskar and Sabyasachi, doesn't that, I mean, two of you, you've been associated with some of this, and Bhaskar has been doing it professionally. So do you think you need another specialist on that? Sure.
So I can, I can help in questionnaire design, definitely. But in sample selection and sort of this kind of logistics, I guess, Bhaskar.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I have certain experience in sampling as well, because that when we also survey, it requires sampling. So I have exposure to that. So I can share on that front so that we can mutually decide whether which sampling methods we should choose from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Systematic sampling or circular sampling or random sampling, how it should be done.
Right. So I think we need to sort of sample, say, use the census as our last thing, or if you have, Bhaskar, you probably have the entire electoral roll of West Bengal. in which case we can use that as the you can use polling stations as our sampling unit. So if either we use polling station as our sampling unit if we have the universe of voter lists available, or we use census villages and municipal wards of select a sample of polling stations and then go and survey a random sample of individuals from each polling station. So
I would say using voter list would be better. And in this case, one add-on that I will do is that, if we are thinking of doing a telephonic survey, which I think should be our approach with this limited budget, and so that we can cover more of space. So in that case, whatever households we pick up as our samples from the voter list, I will arrange their telephonic contacts based on my network, such that our reach out to those samples, at least at first place, is there. Whether they agree to be part of the survey or not is a second stage. But in terms of reach out, either it's on ground reach out, so that is like on ground. Here telephonically also I will make it possible.
Can we use the, this is a bit second, third stage. Can we use those sortition kind of ideas to make sure it's a balanced sample that we have?
yeah. So yeah, I mean, we have to check whatever sample we are using is representative of the distribution. Yeah.
So there's this, I saw a talk by Ariel Procaccia, Harvard computer scientist, mathematician, etc. He's doing it on the ground actually with a bunch of groups. They have this sortition idea where the idea is very simple. They'll contact 20,000 people, or for a sample size of 100, they'll contact 1,000 people. And maybe 600 will respond. But there could be selection biases. Maybe out of the 600, 550 are males and 50 are females. But you want maybe 50-50 male-female biases, male-female breakup distribution. So then there's a second round of, he has these programs where from that you can, and these are, I think, open source. From that you can have good distribution, 50-50 male-female, different occupations, education, etc.
Right.
That's possible.
Yeah. So I mean, the way say a lot of the surveys happen in India is that, like, if you're using village as a unit, what they do is if the village is sampled, they suppose they want to visit 20 random households of that village. So they'll go to the village and they'll get a sense of the neighborhoods, and then they'll in each neighborhood they'll start from a randomly chosen household.
Okay.
And then say, so then skip every fifth household and then survey every fifth or sixth household, depending on the size you want. So if it's 20 and household, the total number of households in the village is 100, you choose every fifth household.
Yeah, that is called circular sampling.
Okay.
Or systematic sampling.
This I did in '98 for an IIM Calcutta project. So it's been there. Yeah.
Okay.
I also went through sortition theory with the same talk. We had one lecture on
He's trying to promote it, worldwide.
Yeah. So how we can incorporate, it looked interesting. But
how we can incorporate is a question. If you're saying it's not doable right now, fine. can I say something before getting into the specifics of sampling, etc., Can we take a slightly more bird's eye view and see sort of what all we need to start this project and what are the different issues to get into? So
Right.
one is questionnaire design.
Yeah.
One is sampling.
Yeah.
One is, of course, funds. Then there's this resource of the issue of resources in terms of expertise.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm assuming the logistics, who calls, etc., that'll come after funds, and Bhaskar that is there. And how can we get this started as quickly as possible? So, do we need a larger team, or if so, what sort of experts do you need? So
I think it depends on, I mean, so my sense is that we should not do telephonic surveys unless it's really necessary, because in telephonic surveys you cannot ask a lot of questions. I mean, the kind of polls in US we have, they ask very short questions. Do you like this, ask very kind of stark comparisons. Do you like Biden or Trump kind of questions, like 3-4 questions, and even then, with such short number of questions, their response rate is less than 10%, which is why I think these guys are talking about second stage, etc. So that's these kind of issues creeping if you do telephonic surveys. But if you want, I mean, but we'll be, at least some of the questions we'll be asking will be a bit more involved. They have to think about trade-offs. Do I want water or roads, etc. Right.
Just explain to us your points about questionnaire design.
So one kind of questions I think that we should ask. So this is, I was telling Saurabh about my experience with the Association for Democratic Reform. They do this survey. They have done this survey twice, I think, before the general election. I think one in 2014, another in 19. They ask, so they sample 500 voters from each constituency, from all the constituencies in the country. So it's a very large exercise. But in the question, they basically ask policy preferences of voters. What do they like in terms of, say, water, roads, education, national security, environment, etc., etc. So they have a long list. And what is their perception of the performance of the MP? But the way they ask these questions, they have this like list of 40 items, 40 policy items, and for each item they ask, how much do you like your representative to focus on this, like. But the problem is that if you ask for a voter, would you like the representative to focus more on water? They'll say yes. Roads, yes. Everything you will ask, most people will gonna say yes. Why would you not want to focus on something? So that's not the way we should ask questions. If you ask voters, what do you want? They will say everything. We want everything. So we have to force them to think what is their priority. So we have to give them some kind of, tell us if you have to choose between certain number of items, or what is the first set of items that you would spend money on, you would like the representative to spend money on. The first.
Do you have a minute? No, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 16 seconds, and I'll show you a video. If you give me host privileges, I'll show you a nice video. Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
Something new and radical in the broadcast.
What, that silly grand design? Bernard, that was precisely what you had to avoid. How did this come about? I shall need a very good explanation.
Well, he's very keen on it.
What's that got to do with it? Things don't happen just because prime ministers are very keen on them. Neville Chamberlain was very keen on peace.
Yes, he thinks it's a vote winner.
Ah, that's more serious. Sit down. What makes him think that?
Well, the party have had an opinion poll done. It seems all the voters are in favour of bringing back national service.
Well, I have another opinion poll done showing the voters are against bringing back national service.
Well, they can't be for it and
Oh, of
against
course
it.
they can, Bernard. Have you ever been surveyed?
Yes, well, not me, actually, my house. Oh, I see what you mean.
Well, Bernard, you know what happens. Nice young lady comes up to you. Obviously, you want to create a good impression. You don't want to look a fool, do you?
No.
No, so she starts asking you some questions. Mr. Woolley, are you worried about the number of young people without jobs?
Yes.
Are you worried about the rise in crime among teenagers?
Yes.
Do you think there's a lack of discipline in our comprehensive schools?
Yes.
Do you think young people welcome some authority and leadership in their lives?
Yes.
Do you think they respond to a challenge?
Yes.
Would you be in favour of reintroducing national service?
Yes. Oh, well, I suppose I might.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Of course you would, Bernard. After all you've told you can't say no to that. So, they don't mention the first 5 questions and they publish the last one.
Is that really what they do?
Well, not the reputable ones, no, but there aren't many of those. So, alternatively, the young lady can get the opposite result.
How?
Mr. Woolley, are you worried about the danger of war?
Yes.
Are you worried about the growth of armaments?
Yes.
Do you think there's a danger in giving young people guns and teaching them how to kill?
Yes.
Do you think it's wrong to force people to take up arms against their will?
Yes.
Would you oppose the reintroduction of national service?
Yes.
There you are, you see, Bernard. The perfect balanced sample. So, we just commissioned our own survey for the Ministry of Defence. See to it, Bernard.
Okay, go on. The
Yeah.
questionnaire design is very important.
Exactly. So I think the questions that we need to ask are sort of bit more involved, or at least in
Okay,
the sense that,
trade-offs.
yeah, they have to, like, the respondents would have to think about trade-offs, and that requires more face-to-face interaction, I think.
So there is this trade-off between cost and sample size.
Okay, so let me share. You also asked about team. So there I want to say that right now, as a team, we are good to go. And at this point of time, it's looking at the timeline, it's better if we start. And then we can involve somebody else after our first round of survey. I mean, let West Bengal survey be done with and let us see where we are heading towards, what kind of outputs we have achieved. Then we can maybe think or brainstorm again on getting somebody more on board if we feel like. That is one thing that I want to share regarding team thing. Because, so given the time is less, the more people we will involve, the more kinds of timeline it would require to freeze upon something.
How about this? Maybe we set ourselves a deadline till the end of January. Okay, another 7 days. And see, if, for example, for Shobho, I knew that if I call him and, unless he's too involved in other stuff or whatever, he's way, way, way too involved in other stuff, we can surely enlist his support and he'll be a valuable resource. If there are 1 or 2 more like that, should we, sort of set ourselves the end of Jan for that? And we start, that okay?
Yeah.
So my sense is that we probably need a statistician who, someone who's done statistics or done sampling or done, sort of has been involved with surveys of this kind. And Sabya has somebody in mind, actually. Oh, I looked at his CV, very good. Sabya.
So he's an assistant professor at Ashoka in political science department, Nilanjan Sarkar. He was a fellow at CPR for a long time. Now he has joined Ashoka. So he's involved with a lot of this kind of voter data analysis, and my sense is that I need to talk to him, but my sense is that he has also done voter surveys. Because because he has presented some research work after the 2019 election about who voted for BJP, which
got
I
two,
think,
three papers, and he's got a science paper, a +1 paper, co-authored with others. But and
he's in terms of technical stuff, he's quite solid, and experience of surveys, I think he has had. That exactly what I need to confirm, but definitely because he was in CPR and he does this election analysis. He would have sort of specific inputs for us.
Is it possible to quickly call him and sort of get a yes or no?
Sure. Yeah, I can. I don't have his number. I'll send him an email and we'll talk.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
That's one. The other is I will immediately check at IIM Calcutta if there is an actual freeze on funds. If there is, we may purely for tactical reasons have to. Sabbi, I'm not sure what's the scene at Ashoka or whether you have access to other funds. We might have to get someone else purely for funding reasons. I mean, that's a wrong reason to have, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'll if Nilanjan shows interest, either Nilanjan will show interest or he'll say he's not interested, but in which case he can tell us who would be a good person. But I can also say, which would be a good, ask him about funding sources for this kind of exercise.
So Bhaskar, here is a request. Give us 7 days to have 1 or 2 more experts on this, because political science, data collection, data analysis, etc. It would be good to have someone that kind. I also have some contacts with the ISI folks. Okay, computer science, statistics people. Just that I am not yet personally comfortable enough with any of them so that that I can just call and start. But Bhaskar, just give us, so one computer scientist would have helped. Big data statistician.
On what profile did you say?
Me. Or
one statistician.
Statistics, computer science, modeling. People who have, let's say, worked on, if not, see, I can quickly find out, if not voting data, at least surveys during COVID times, and then modeling, modeling big data, somebody who's modeled data. We can regressions.
I think, should I ask Professor Shalabh?
Okay, Sabya, here's another person, senior person. I haven't worked with people of that profile at all. So please explain.
So, like, he is a mathematics and statistics department professor at IIT Kanpur, and his core specialization is statistical mathematics, and he takes all kinds of statistical courses. Like, I have done a couple of courses under him, like time series analysis, props and stats, and he has recently published a book with Springer on introduction to I think it's ProgStats or R programming. I'm not recollecting the name, but it is published. The co-authors are very reputed statisticians of international stature. One is from US. Very senior person. And this Professor Shalab, like he hails from Lucknow, and he's a very nice professor. Like just to share with you an instance, when I was in college, so I wasn't getting very good marks in prob stats. So I just budged into his office and said, sir, whatever you are saying, I'm doing everything. Still, I'm not scoring. So what do I do? So he said that, okay, every day you come to my office, whatever I teach you in class, you teach me here, so that we will see, where your train is heading to and put it back on track. So he's very friendly, very helpful, and very knowledgeable in terms of statistics. Once I spoke to him, after my survey went wrong in Bihar, and I was trying out last West Bengal elections prediction. So I asked him that, can you help me with modeling? So he showed interest, but after that, I myself didn't, pursued it further with him, given the paucity of time. So that conversation was dropped over there. So I can ask him if you think.
Journal of Econometrics in 1997, Journal of Multivariate Analysis, Statistical Computations in Annals of, Linear Models, econometrician, solid econometrician.
Yeah, and like he is right now, he recently completed a course on NPTEL also. His books has more than 10,000 downloads. The statistics book. And profile-wise, I mean, he has very good understanding. And he has.
Okay.
Again, from my side also, I'm not sure whether he will be interested to join or what is his engagement is, but we can talk.
Let's see.
Yeah, my sense is that we need somebody who has some conceptual grounding on the issue, as well as so pure statistician, may not be of that much help.
Yeah, that's the issue. That's why. Let's see. So give us a day or two to deal with this. Let me check. Let us check. So Bhaskar, you worked with Karandikar.
So I haven't worked with him.
There's a proposal to work.
Yeah, I haven't worked with him yet. There was a time he presented at IIT Kanpur regarding his survey. So I was part of that talk. It was in 2008, and very lucid presentation he gave. I can share that presentation.
Thing with Karandikar is he's way too senior and
yeah.
But I can tap him. No doubt. I can also tap Bimal Roy, who I know quite closely. He's the what is it? National NSA, National Statistical Agency. Isn't that what it's called? That's the agency that brings out all the government data.
Yeah.
So he's the director of no.
NSSO, National Statistical.
No, let me.
Sample Survey Organization, National Survey.
No, that's the. So I'm not thinking of him, but he's a Padmashri man. So he can point me to people that I'm sure of. No, he's also the head of the, the infamous government agency that publishes statistical data, the Central Delhi Agency.
Okay.
The one from which the previous Bengali statistician resigned in protest. Remember?
That was NSSO, right?
There was NSSO, could be. Okay. I thought it had a new name now.
Okay. That's possible.
Maybe you can ask the statistician who resigned.
CSO.
CSO, yeah.
Central Statistics Office. So I can ask Bimalda. Okay, there is no commitment, but I'll ask Bimalda like today, day after. So Bhaskar, this is the one thing. Let's have, so you speak to Nilanjan and let's have one more day to figure out if there is anyone, a day or two to figure out if there is anyone who. In the meantime, we check our sources of funds. So how much funds do we need? That's a big question. Can we do a quick calculation of that?
And definitely do a good calculation. So see, if we go
Give me
for
a sec. Just stop. Give me a sec. How much?
So see, if we do face-to-face survey, then it generally comes between 120 to 150 rupees. If we have I mean, this cost varies depending on the kind of sample size that we have. If there is large sample size, then cost becomes lower. If there is a small sample size, then logistics, it gets on towards the higher side. This is for face-to-face survey. As far as telephonic survey is concerned, then it costs somewhere between 20 to 30 rupees. So that kind of difference is there.
So 120 rupees per head.
120, but again,
large.
Yeah, if the sample, I mean, if we are considering like 3,000, 4,000 sample, then it will be towards, 135, somewhere around that.
So for 10 lakh, we can.
5,000.
Yeah, maybe we can reach somewhere around that. 5,000 types, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then we need to find out how many per constituency would be a good number.
And telephonic wise, again, the cost varies depending on whether it's urban area or rural area. What kind of density is there, telephonic density. The difference that comes, see, if the questionnaire is a long questionnaire, then face-to-face survey is more practical. But if it is a short questionnaire, what telephonic survey benefits it gives us is that the numbers can be higher. And if we just tend to find out, if a feeler sort of thing, like who is a popular leader. So in some sense, it gives us an idea, whatever the first name that comes to our mouth, if somebody says Narendra Modi, so we can take it as a proxy that he's going to vote for BJP. And what 5 names that he says, the person says. So if we can think around, if we have 2 to 3 questions, then maybe with telephonic survey, it gives us a good breadth. That is the trade-off with the 2.
No, there is another trade-off also. The trade-off is this. I mean, there are other trade-offs too. Is it true that there is a higher probability of more sincere revelation with face-to-face survey? On the other, I mean, that you can tell me. On the other hand, is it also true that sending people now in a politically charged West Bengal constituency may face sort of lead to resistance from the local political establishment? Just asking. I mean, suddenly the local Trinamool guy thinks that,
that situation is there. So that is why we always go with agencies, on-ground agencies who are, conducting it for a long time. And just one more, just let me add to it. Actually, the cost, face-to-face cost might go up little this time because of COVID reasons also. I was just forgetting that. This is the cost pre-COVID that I'm sharing with you. Because I think in December, I tried to do a face-to-face survey in Bhopal. It was in Madhya Pradesh. And there, it was really very difficult for us to find guys who would go and do this, who will travel and do the survey. So ultimately, we had to drop off the plan.
One more question. It is this, that last time, Bhaskar, you hinted that for the West Bengal survey, we can think about going to the same people twice or thrice.
Yes.
So then each visit you are saying is 135.
Yeah, probably. See, that time when I shared that with you, I was under the impression that we are thinking of doing telephonic survey. So that is why I said, that is why I told you that, in around 5 lakh rupees, we can think of doing a monthly survey with same set of people for a longer period of time. So that was my...
We can possibly do a first. No, now this is wishful thinking. Is it possible to do first round face to face, then telephonic follow-ups? If I'm throwing too much now.
As a pilot, we can definitely look into it. I mean, our whole intention is, I am driven with the fact that if we come out with, if we see certain direction, it's a long-term thing for us. So that is the whole drive for me. So if we do it first face to face, and then if we see that there is a need, then maybe I'm not sure how much coverage again we can do, but at cost to cost model, definitely, like I have been doing that. Sabya knows that he also for a very long time. I just keep doing, considering that maybe sometime it will
So what's your view, Sabya, on this?
I think my view is that we should definitely try for face-to-face survey, even if it's just say I don't know 5 constituencies. But if we can survey 5,000 people, then I think we can do about 10 if we go say about 500 each. But yeah, even if we do half of that, I think that's also fine, as long as if we can sort of get some kind of validation that what we are getting is of value, then we can use that to get a lot of money to do something large scale.
Yeah, maybe we can think of covering some 2,500 to 3,000 people face to face, and then following up telephonically with them.
Yeah.
Okay, so things to do.
That might be a strategy, since we have earlier built up a rapport with them. So maybe next time getting them over.
Things to do. 1, proposal. 1, funding. 2, team. 3, proposal. And at the proposal stage, we'll have to kind of get much closer to, if not pre-commit to a plan. What we want to do. But then deadlines. Team deadline, end of this month.
So Nilanjan send me his number. I'll call him post lunch.
Oh, lovely. See, Bhaskar, we are not always slow.
It is breaking.
Sabya, do you know Anindo? Will he be of any use in this case? Anindo, I am Ahmedabad.
Ahmedabad? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Thik ache. That's fine. That's fine. Suppose IIM Calcutta says that there is a complete freeze on money.
Yeah.
What do we? What's our next plan?
Yeah, then it's a problem because I don't have a lot of money this academic year, and I can't, I can't ask because I just got some money from the department for the project with Bhaskar. We have to approach some kind of, so that's why I think Nilanjan may be helpful, because CPR may be, he can get some money out of CPR who may be interested in doing this kind of stuff. Maybe.
Okay.
Or you'd know who would fund this.
Okay, I'll speak to Bimalda, and there also he may be helpful in suggesting some funding source. Okay. So that's that then.
Okay. I'll send you both of you an email updating my what conversation.
We'll move very quickly on this. Okay. Okay, Bhaskar.
One more name is coming to my mind. He is a retired professor, Arun Kumar Sharma. He is also from IIT Kanpur. He was a sociology professor, A.K. Sharma, and he has done his PhD from IIT Bombay in statistics, and he is a sociologist. So let me just share the
Population studies, social statistics, statistical inference.
Can you see his profile?
Yeah.
Yeah, A.K. Sharma, PhD, IIT Bombay. Social statistics, sociology of health, population studies. He's a retired professor, but I mean, he's very active and energetic, and like multiple times he has got best teacher award at Kanpur. And very grounded with his understanding.
See, my slight doubt is this, and we need people who are, I'm not saying who, I mean, who are disrespectful towards the way surveys are done now, but I'm not saying that. But you need someone who really want to bring in a lot more rigor. You see what I'm saying? That's the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just
okay. Thanks.
Means whatever is coming to my mind.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so let us.
Okay. Okay.
Whatever right now we have discussed, let us move forward with that.
Okay. Okay. We'll get in touch very, very soon. I'll get in touch with you, Sabya also. Let's keep scouting for more people. Think. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Won't be slow. We'll move quickly. Don't worry.
Yeah, absolutely.